3. My name is Kristen, and if you don't know, I am a 30-something-year-old knitter. I've been knitting since 2020, and this is my space to share with you all my fiber arts journey. I am joining you from outside at the moment. I'm actually on my lunch break at work, and I wanted to take a quick look around and show you all where I'm sitting and what it looks like here. So I'll insert a little bit of a video here, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So for those of you who don't know, I work at Yale, at the Yale Center for British Art, and so I'm fortunate enough to be often sitting on my lunch break in a really gorgeous area with just the most beautiful buildings and scenery, and the leaves are just starting to change color. You can see a little bit in the video that we're getting a little bit of color change here. It does come a little bit later in New Haven than it does in other parts of Connecticut because we're so close to the water. But I'm sitting out here and doing a quick little handheld introduction because it is October 17th, Friday, October 17th, which means the day before Rhinebeck. And given that I do live in New Haven, I do plan on popping over there because it is about a 2.5-hour little jaunt over to Rhinebeck, and I'm very excited to be going with a couple of friends this year and hopefully meeting up with a few other friends when we get there. So I thought that this week I would take you along my journey. I also am gonna throw into this video some pictures and some content around a couple other life events that just happened for me. I just turned 32 on October 6th, and then October 12th I got married, and I wore the sweater. For those of you who've been following along, I have been knitting a sweater for my wedding, and I really had it down to the wire. I was knitting the last stitches the morning of the wedding, if we're being quite honest, but it turned out so lovely, and so I'm gonna put some photos in here as well. Before we go right into that and you get to see the amazing adventures I hope that I'm about to have, I wanted to show you just a couple of quick things that I have with me here on my lunch break. And the first is this bag. This is my kind of go-to day trip work bag, and because I'm going to Rhinebeck tomorrow, I wanted to just give it a little bit of a spruce up. So you'll see I had previously done in an acrylic paint marker some of these flowers here, which I found really delightful, but they were definitely running off. I took it to Maryland Sheep and Wool maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and it had been raining and some of it washed off, and so last night I got some really high quality acrylics, just paint, and so taking a paintbrush added a little wilds and woolens, added a little bit of pop to one of the flowers, though I do kind of like how the fading on the other flowers look, so I think I'm gonna leave them there. So you won't see this before Rhinebeck, but if you're ever at a fiber festival and you see this backpack, it's probably me. Do stop by and say hi. I'm very excited to have that kind of freshened up for the festival. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you is this. I'll talk a little bit more later about how my knitting life is going post-wedding sweater, but I was very excited to cast off the neckband of my V-neck Weekender Light. This is the Weekender Light pattern by Andrew Mowry with my own addition of a V-neck to it. There we go. I just want to turn the camera around so you can see a little bit better the V-neck. I do a little bit wish that I had made the V-neck a little bit deeper, like roundabout starting here, and you know, that's okay. I kind of started the V-neck just before the armholes, and I think I should have started it maybe an inch before the armholes, but I am not going back now. This is a fingering weight sweater, and these finishing bits on the shoulder and the neckline were a little bit fiddly. There's that really classic weekender shoulder line there. So given how fiddly they were, I don't want to go back and change my decrease rates and like re-knit a whole v-neck. So I've carried on, and I've started just today the first sleeve. I actually quite like Sleeve Island. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm stuck on Sleeve Island, but to me it's like knitting a sock, and I love knitting a sock. So small circumference knitting is for me, and I've done, I picked up all the stitches and knit all of this since this morning actually. I get a little bit of knitting on my lunch break, and I also don't drive myself into work, so I got to do a little bit of knitting on my drive. But I'm super happy with how it's turning out. This is going to be one of the projects that I take to knit in the car on Rhinebeck, and my little weekend getaway following Rhinebeck, because who can resist a little bit of a weekend giveaway in upstate New York in the fall? Okay, I'm gonna go right into my much awaited adventures. Just leaving the New York Sheep and Wool Festival right now. I've actually kind of closed down the place a little bit due to a small incident with the EMTs, but nothing too terrible. And then just the fact that my partner is coming to pick me up, and he's coming from a little ways away, so I thought I'd hang out in the fairgrounds while I waited, and I'm just kind of turning so you can see the beautiful fall leaves. And I wanted to show you all my outfit because I forgot to get an outfit picture, but this is my outfit of the day. I'm wearing this sweater that I knit for my wedding, and I'm also wearing the Henrietta skirt, which I've hacked. I had so many questions about it today because it does look like this rouge cloth. I can't remember the designer. I saw it originally on Anthropologie, and it is a dupe of an Anthropologie, but I love it. It's 4 side panels of the Henrietta skirt instead of 2 side panels and 2 front panels, which is how you get the yoked look. But anywho, about Rhinebeck, it was such a great day. It was such a fabulous day. I came with 3 good friends who we all drove up from New Haven together, and I purchased a fleece, which is in here, and you'll get a peek at that a little bit later on. And obviously I got some yarn, not too much, didn't go crazy. The only crazy purchase I made was a project bag, which I shouldn't have done, but I loved it, so I got that. But I'll show you all everything that I got a little bit later. Right now, my husband's gonna pick me up. We're gonna go to Ship to Shore for dinner, which I'm quite excited about because we're doing a little bit of a mini moon. And then we're going further upstate to Albany area, and we're going to stay at a goat farm in a yurt for the night. I'm very excited. We're gonna do some goat yoga tomorrow morning before we head home, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'll keep you all updated and chat later. Okay, so about that Rhinebeck haul. Like I said, I didn't go too overboard with anything, but I thought I'd share what I did get. Also kind of nice to see kind of like what a smaller or more modest Rhinebeck haul can look like, because my big purchase was going to be the fleece. I knew that, and then I wasn't really planning on getting anything else. I did get other things, but nothing too crazy. So from Rhinebeck itself, of course, I got the fleece, and I just did a little bit of processing. I just processed a sample of that fleece. So here are my rollags. I cleaned and then carded these. They are perhaps not perfect. This is my first fleece processing, but it is a really dark chocolatey cormo fleece that may be hard to pick up on camera right now. It's got, the fibers are really, really tightly crimped, so it definitely, you can even see in the rollag form, it's got a lot of curliness to it, but it's so light, it's so soft. It no longer smells like sheep. I will say it was a really strong smelling fleece. This is my first fleece, and what I would say is if you are looking at a fleece and you're willing to put in the time, I wouldn't be deterred if your first fleece is a little bit smelly, a little bit dirty. It didn't have a huge amount of VM, of vegetable matter in it, but it was really lanolin heavy. So it did take a few washes to really get that to stop feeling sticky or oily on your hands. But I'm really happy with the outcome. I am going to spin up a sample in the next few days here, and then this weekend I'm going to wash the entire fleece and start what will be a probably lengthy journey to prep and spin, but it will eventually be a cardigan. If you have cardigan recommendations, because I don't feel like I have enough cardigans in my wardrobe, so if you have any recommendations on patterns, I'm planning on spinning this 2-ply woolen, DK, maybe light worsted, but probably DK weight, and I am so pleased with it, especially after the carding. It's very airy, and I'm very hopeful about the woolen spin for it. Long draw is one of my favorite draws, as I've told you previously, and so I'm really excited about that. In addition to the fleece, I did get 2 skeins of just some undyed merino. I knew that I've known for a while that I needed to get some undyed fingering weight wool because I have a huge amount of dye stuffs downstairs in my kitchen that I want to start experimenting with. I have 1 skein of oh, it's a sock yarn. I think it might be superwash. I'm not positive on that. I have to go check. But then I wanted some non-superwash fingering weight, something I can use for socks. And so I walked into this stall and I just immediately fell in love with their wool. I was just telling Matthew when I need a sweater's quantity of yarn again, it's going to be from this company, a little farm. It's called it's Catskill Merino, and this particular wool is their Saxon Merino wool. It's 225 yards for 2 ounces, and it's a 2-ply. This is their logo. It is from New York, and it is such a soft farm yarn. Like, I think this is worlds better than any superwash on the market personally. But I'm very partial to a non-superwash wool as it is. But love this. This will be dyed with a natural dyes. I'm probably gonna split them each into 1 ounce hanks, and then do like mini skeins with my natural dyes, because I just want to see like what happens, and then they will get turned into some fun little natural dye socks down the line here. So I did get that. And let's see, I had to stop and grab some buttons. I've been on a cardigan kind of kick. I don't want to say kick because I haven't really started a lot of the cardigans, but I do need cardigans in my wardrobe, and so I picked up this pack of, there's the camera, of little metal buttons. They're little vintage metal buttons. Also came with a little toggle and a little post button, which is so cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one yet, but it needs something. And there's 5 of these kind of flatter metal buttons, which I am really enjoying. And then the last thing I got from the festival itself is an embroidery kit. I don't do embroidery too terribly often, but this one I just couldn't pass up. They had samples, and it's stump work. So it's from Shibito Farm Designs. It's a tiger moth embroidery kit, and so this is actually a 3D embroidery kit. I encourage you to go on their website and look at their different kits. I'll link below their website, because this was one of their smaller moth kits, but they had these gorgeous silk moths, which I then, when I got home, I was like, oh, I want to get one for my sister for her birthday, because she is an embroiderer. And of course they were sold out because they're just at Sheep and Wool, so I'll have to do that another time. But it's going to be a little tiger moth, so you'll get updates on that as I progress there. And then on my way back from Rhinebeck, we did stop in the Berkshires. We stopped in a little town and got lunch, and so I wanted to show you really quickly what I got there, because I couldn't help myself. I was on a bit of a spending spree at that point. This might not seem like a spree to a lot of people. This was a huge splurge for me. But I got this cookie cutter. I was just like in, you know, like a little general store, but it's a little bird, and so I just couldn't resist, because I've been really into birds lately. I am in my 30s, and I make gingerbread cookies every year, and I was just like, oh, how fun is it going to be to decorate these little bird gingerbreads? So you'll get pictures of little bird gingerbread soon. And then the last items are, there was a sale table out in front of a record store, so I got a couple of records. I got some music from 11 great orchestras, Galaxy Records, and then I got Carmen Cavero. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name. His Showstoppers, which, you know, I know nothing about this artist, but it seemed a little bit bluesy, a little bit jazzy, a piano mix, and that's my kind of music. I really love jazz, so, you know, they were $5 each, and I kind of was like, well, why not? So I've got orchestral classics, and then I've got a little bit of jazz, so I'll be trying those out this week, which I'm pretty happy about. But that's it. That's the whole haul. So nothing big, nothing kind of crazy, but well, I guess some people would say the fleece is a little bit crazy, but all things that I feel confident that I'm going to use in the near term, and I'm going to get a lot of joy out of. But yeah, so that's it from Rhinebeck, and I'm gonna stick on the end here a little bit of fun from our wedding. I'll see you all later.